welcome everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today we'll be doing a custom campaign, The Rise of Tamerlane by BassiAoC. Now, we're going to do this one because chronologically it seems to be about the early part of his life, while the official campaign is about his later exploits. So I feel like the right thing to do would be to do them back to back in chronological order of his life. As you can see here, I've actually already done the first level, Great Expectations. The first recording, it succeeded, but for some reason there wasn't any voice acting for the lines. So I was reading out the voice acting, and I looked in the download section afterwards, expecting the lines to be voiced, and indeed they were supposed to be voiced. It seemed to get fixed by a quick restart of the game. So when you first download this mod from the workshop, maybe restarting the game to get the voice acting is the right thing to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and replay this first level to get the proper experience so that I do the creator justice here. So let's go ahead and get started with Great Expectations. Not much is known about Timur's childhood. The man who would later be known as Tamerlane profoundly mythologized his ancestry after his rise in order to render his successes even more impressive. Since the sources are generally quiet regarding Timur's youth, we can only imagine the vicissitudes of life on the steppes in the early 14th century. A world governed by tribal traditions and family relationships, the unending rhythm of the seasons, and the fierce struggle to survive amid the unpredictable flux of constantly shifting alliances. Toughened by the bone-chilling grip of winter and the skin-cracking heat of summer, Timur spent his youth stealing sheep from unwary herdsmen and gathering an entourage of like-minded friends. He grew up on rugged terrain, learning the skills of the steppes without which his dreams of world domination would have amounted to nothing. The beginnings of Timur's career were nevertheless humble. As an adolescent, Timur left his home to serve in the horde of Kazagan, an influential emir. He remained several years in the ranks of Kazagan as a military leader, participating in the ongoing civil wars within the fragile Chagatai Khanate, which was riven by petty rivalries. (1355 AD) in the city of Kesh, capital of the Barlas tribe.
Timur, your father wishes to see you. It seems to be something urgent.
Okay, so it does look like the voice acting is working now, which is good, which is really good. Our main objectives are to bring Timur to his father, Taraghai, and that Timur must survive. Our hints tell us that we are restricted to the Castle Age and a population limit of 180. As a nomadic people, Timur's tribe is unable to construct walls. Additionally, there is no expert among the tribe with the knowledge required to build a war fleet. Not that we really need either of these for this level. Act carefully at the beginning. You cannot train additional units so long as you do not possess your own camp. Our scouts report that Timur in blue begins in the city of Kesh, the capital of the Barlas tribe. Although he is of noble descent, he does not command an army yet, as he is still an adolescent. The south of the map, including Kesh, is controlled by the Barlas in gray. Timur's father, Taraghai, belongs to the ruling class of the tribe. A little further to the east is the base of Haji Beg in purple, Timur's uncle, who is part of the Barlas elite as well. Haji Beg will probably aid Timur if his nephew is willing to support him in return. Haji Beg's army consists mostly of cavalry and camel riders. The influential Emir Kagazan in red has fortified camps in the west. Turaghai wishes for Timur to serve for a little while in Kagazan's army to gain experience. Scattered robber bands belonging to the Karauna tribes in Sion are currently terrorizing the region. The Karaunas have several strongholds defended by nefarious warriors, such as cavalry, archers, camel riders, and longswordsmen. The Karaunas will also construct cap rams if they decide to attack in an organized fashion. The Mughal Khanate in green, ruled by Tughlaq Timur, is located in the east. Tughlaq Timur is quite ambitious, and rumor has it that he plans to unite the divided realms of Transoxiana under his rule. At the moment, however, Tughlaq Timur is behaving peacefully. His powerful army of light cavalry and Magudai has not yet crossed the border into Transoxiana. Okay, let's go ahead and continue onwards and meet our father. Playing as the Tatars in this mission here.
Timur, you have become a vigorous young man. I have taught you a lot, but it is now time for a new teacher to enter your life. Travel westward to Emir Quazagan, who is willing to teach you the arts of warfare and diplomacy. Study diligently and obediently, my son.
Alright, so now we have to bring Timur up north here. For some reason, my mouse goes to my other monitor. One sec. Sorry for the interruption there. Now it should be locked into my screen. I wonder why it does that when it starts recording.
Many robber bands are currently roaming the roads. I better dispatch some soldiers to accompany you.
I will say, the voice acting here, I believe, is a higher quality than in the Golden Horde, though perhaps a little less authentic. It doesn't really sound like any of these characters are voiced by I guess, like, steppe people. They don't really sound Asiatic or with their voices. It sounds kind of like Caucasian. Though I'm not sure. I'm just spitballing here. It's still very well done voice acting in both campaigns overall so far. Okay, so we have a squad of archers and a squad of camels. Let's go ahead and group these guys together. I'm glad that they fixed the bug where it wouldn't show the hotkey numbers. That was pretty annoying to deal with before. Since we need Tatars, we should take advantage of hill bonuses where we can. Send this camel to destroy the scorpion. Lost a lot of our cavalry archers here. That's okay. Once we make it to the red base, we will get some villagers of our own, so I'm not overly concerned about preserving my forces right now. We should keep fighting uphill. Or downhill, using our Tatar's extra hill bonus wherever we can. Of course, it's better to go for hill bonuses whenever you can, but for this particular civilization, it is boosted by an extra percentage even. Alright, so we're about to complete our second objective, which is to bring Timur to Emir Khazagan. Here he is.
Timur, your father is a man whom I respect very much, and I have only heard good things about you as well. I will take you into my service with pleasure. It is said that you're already a capable leader despite your young age. Demonstrate your ability and help me defeat the rebellious Quarunas.
Now, I like the sound of that guy's voice, and I'm actually not sure if it's the same as the voice that voiced Taraghai. It sounds a little deeper, but the voices sound similar enough that they could be the same voice actor. Let's kill off the camels first. And make sure that our TC is working.
My grandson Hussein has just returned from an expedition. Now he and his warriors shall assist you in battle.
Let's build a monastery so we can heal up our current forces. And this level, like many other build and destroy levels that you start with in the Castle Age, you're going to want to build up a castle as soon as possible. In our case, we're going to want to build as many castles as possible. So that's what I'm going to prioritize with my first few villagers here. We also don't begin with a blacksmith, so we'll need to build that for ourselves soon as well. Let's do a little bit of scouting, shall we? So you see that we have to kill 3 of the khans, and there are 4 castles, each with 1 khan situated within. The northern base is the most exposed of the 4. But I actually like taking out the western base first, because it allows us to set up our trade routes earlier. Here we have our ally Haji Beg in purple. So before the first wave of attackers...
Timur, my nephew. As I have just learned, you now lead your own horde. Visit me if you need any help.
And I will go ahead and visit him straight away. Let's do a bit more scouting. Let's build a TC on this stone here. And continue producing villagers. We're going to want to get a blacksmith up if possible. Once we get a blacksmith up, we can start upgrading the units that we were given.
Long time no see, my nephew. I will give you some experienced veterans to protect you on your campaigns. Godspeed.
Much appreciated, Haji.
We are at your disposal.
These are elite Tarkans. Let's build a blacksmith. That's right here. Continue scouting the map. We're going to want more food gatherers to sustain production from 2 TCs here. Let's pick up that boar. Get some of these villagers working on farms. This TC is going to fall idle for a bit, but that's okay. All our units are nice and healed. And we should prioritize picking up some more food gatherers now. Looks like, yeah, the Karauna have some enemies nearby.
Avga çık kaymen. Avga çık kaymen. Hey, onlar kaymen.
This is why we want stone miners here. Need to prioritize this ram down. Return these villagers back to work. Let's build a castle right here. Begin hunting deer here. Let's research farm tech. Start production of villagers again. We did lose a couple. Let's retreat to our monks to heal up. Well, it looks like we stumbled upon a Karauna ambush. Let's have our Tarkans help out now in the south. The castle is about halfway up. Let's research Bodkin Arrow. And our priority should be to take out this ram here. Keep producing villagers once we get enough food. Let's build up a university down here. Return to work. Have these guys repair. Have these guys build the castle. Our villagers are continuing to work, which is excellent. Did we lose both our monks? Really? Neither of them were able to pick up conversions? That really stinks. Okay, our university, once it comes up, we should start researching murder holes as well as ballistics. And we need to get some miners on gold as well here. Let's get some more villagers on the wood. Want to ward off this base as well. So we're going to need even more castles at some point. We have idle villagers now. Looks like we're done hunting the deer. This stone mine is completed. Let's build up a castle up north here. Have you guys go to wood. Have you start farming. Have you start farming as well. And keep churning out villagers. Not that the first wave has been completed, so to speak. We're going to want more people on food ASAP. And let's not commit our entire army to chasing around a scout.
Selam tayyar mı?
Let's build another monk so that we can start healing our units once again.
He. Daraxt keşkeymen. Burgaymen.
Salam.
Have these villagers go onto stone. Have these 4 go onto wood down here.
Derhal sultaymen.
Have this villager
Derhal sultaymen.
perhaps continue going to wood. Now, fortunately, we have the support of Amir Kagazan to provide us with some reinforcements. Let's pick up murder holes and start repairing this castle. We let it take too much damage from that ram. And continue villager production where appropriate.
Tayyar mı? Derhal sultaymen. Burgaymen. Selam.
Salam. Hazır.
Emriniz. Burgaymen. He. He.
So now that we have completely
Burgaymen.
mined out the stone,
Tayyar
we
mı?
can commit everyone else here to farms.
Burgaymen.
1, 2,
Burgaymen. Burgaymen.
3. Maybe just the 2.
Hazır.
Have you build a farm here. Keep repairing that castle. We're going to want to pick up our cavalry upgrades next. Park our Tarkans in the castle so that they can heal up a little bit. Pick up wood cutting tech.
Emriniz.
There's a deer here that we want to pick up. Keep villager production going out of our 2 TCs. Let's get a couple on gold. Are there any more stone piles nearby? I honestly don't recall. That farm is on fire. And we just seem to have no issues with it whatsoever. Put our scout in some trouble. Let's retreat him back to the castle.
Hazır.
Selam.
And now, let's build up some military production buildings.
Burgaymen. Burgaymen.
Salam. Derhal Emriniz.
Tayyar mı? Burgaymen.
Tayyar men. Salam. Hazır. Emriniz. Tayyar men.
Selam. He. Can Burgaymen.
We're going to want to target ballistics next as we continue making villagers. Let's get our blacksmith working on iron casting now. And we will pick up silk armor as well to make our light cavalry more effective. We will be relying on them pretty soon. And since we can only advance to the castle age, I think what we're going to need to do is to build some camp rams as well. I think that's what I did last campaign.
Salam.
Let's build the siege workshops here. More farmers. Let's start building light cavalry. Our Tarkans are still healing up nicely. Looks like we're getting raided once again.
Salam. Derhal Kuhaymen.
Selam bargaymən.
Emriniz hazır.
Fortunately, it seems like we escaped the worst of it there. Let's continue training villagers, grab husbandry.
Təyyarəm. Kəskəlmən. Qurğaymən.
And start thinking about... I think I actually will take care of this northern squad first, just for peace of mind from the northern side. Also so I can set up fishing. We'll pick up leather archer armor in case we want to make cavalry archers later.
Hazır. Derhal.
Still desperately need more food. We've got 20 wood choppers.
Emriniz Kuhaymen. Hazır.
Let's actually build a dock so that we can get fishing. Now, I did say we couldn't produce war fleets, but I'm pretty sure we can still produce fishing ships.
Əmriniz. Selam qurğaymən. Təyyarmən. Qurğaymən.
Let's pick up gold shaft mining so that our gold miners work faster. And actually wouldn't be opposed to creating some step lancers either.
Əmriniz.
Salam. Derhal. Tayyarmen. Kuhaymen.
Hə.
We're gonna want to think about getting handcart next.
Təyyarmən. Qurğaymən.
Splash in a few keshiks, because why not?
Hazır.
Let's actually build another dock here.
Kuhaymen. Kuhaymen. Derhal Kuhaymen. Hazır. Kuhaymen. Salam. Kuhaymen.
Let's grab handcart. A few more capped rams. A few more step lancers.
Dərhal qılğaymən. Dərəx kəskəlmən. Selam.
Another farmer. More villagers. Grab thumb ring at our archery range. Let's build a couple archery ranges. Maybe here.
Kuhaymen. Kuhaymen. Kuhaymen.
Təyyarmən. Barğaymən. Qurğaymən.
Tayyarmen. Kuhaymen. Kuhaymen.
Let's grab town patrol to extend our line of sight. Did we ever get ballistics? We never did. Let's pick up masonry. I think we're about to get hit by the next wave of Karuna attackers. It does look like that's the case. Put our farms on auto reseed. And after we deal with this wave of attackers, I think we can start going on the offensive against them.
Salam. Hazır. Kuhaymen. Tayyarmen. Derhal Kuhaymen.
This is why we kept our Tarkans in here, how the villagers return to work. Now that it's relatively safe. Keep producing villagers, we've only got 60. And it looks like that attack got repelled quite easily. And let's take out this northern base now. One thing I don't like about D is the pathfinding of the rams. It seems to be pretty subpar overall. Let's focus on taking down the castle first. And we've actually hit our pop cap, which means we need more housing. Let's go ahead and build that housing back here. There's the Shah, the Khan, that is. He walks so slowly.
Outstanding. With your help, we're able to bring down one of the renegade Khans. Carry on, young Timur.
Let's pick up gill nets for our fishing ships. And we've run out of gold in the south here. I want to start going in this direction. Now we've got the north cleared out, thankfully.
Timur, impressed by your military success, some Barless warriors have decided to join our horde.
Ooh, I remember this now. I think the trigger for getting these archers is to destroy one of the castles. And it seems like they come with whatever upgrades you've researched. So basically they get created as if you created them. Alright, now let's prepare to move. Whoop, you're getting an early retirement. Now let's prepare to move westwards. I still want to build more houses though. Looks like the next Karuna raid is on its way. But in any case, like, you just really gotta appreciate the landscape of the maps. Like, oh, well, that's our gold miners sorted. Let's retreat them back here. Like, as I was saying, like, these towns are designed so well. You can tell that there's a lot of work that went into them. There's only so much that you can do with an Age of Empires base to make it look good. Because there's only so many different kinds of buildings in the game.
var mı?
We did lose one villager out of our originals. As we defend this eastern flank, we'll also want to take measures to start attacking the western side. Out of gold, sadly. And still out of pop space.
Emriniz.
We're actually close to the pop cap.
Tamerlane, conqueror.
Let's heal up at the monk here. And our Rems are making good progress on this gate. Let's go directly onto the castle. And now we've got some Kipchaks from Emir Kazagan helping us out as well.
Hazır Tamerlane, conqueror.
Move the villagers over to the west. Replace Teal's base with some markets soon. And that way we can start trading with Haji Beg's market there on the east.
Another insidious rebel has been executed. Your military skills cannot be denied, young Timur.
The quality of the voice acting is pretty high. Now this is a trend that I've seen in the DE campaigns as well. It just seems like each voice line is kind of disconnected from the events of previously delivered voice lines. Which is to say, like, I can kind of tell that the line was read like off by the voice actor. Like, it's well done, but it doesn't really, the emotional impact doesn't really fit the story as much as I would like. The continuity is just not really there. Let's build some markets.
Timur, impressed by your military success, some barless warriors have decided to join our horde.
Selam.
We're gonna need more stone.
Emriniz.
Once we get a market up, let's research caravan and then buy some stone. Enough for us to at least think about building another castle. One more set of stone ought to do it. Let's build the castle here. The Return to work for these villagers.
Tayyar derhal
Have these
buğday,
villagers start
buğday
cutting
mı?
wood, because that's what they were doing before.
Emriniz gemademen. Tushunki.
And I, for one, would like to start investing into trade carts. So we can start picking up a steady supply of gold. That is something that I noticed about this map the first time that I played. There is not much gold on the map. So if you want to make, continue making your rams, if you want to continue making gold units, you are going to want to secure a safe trade route here.
Emriniz gemademen.
But our army is pretty massive now. We have red heading south.
Rayman. Tushunki. Rayman.
And I think we don't really need to develop our economy any further. Short of producing trade carts.
Salam.
Let's delete these two villagers to make room for trade carts.
Gemademen. Hazır.
But yeah, look at the size of our armies here.
Hazır. Hobemir. Emriniz Hobemir. Rayman.
Another thing that I've yet to express appreciation for is the fact that we're able to create capped rams in the Castle Age. I haven't overlooked that detail. It is much appreciated. And now it's just a matter of crushing this one castle here. Do I have a free villager? No, let's build a
Stop
dock
the slaughter, mighty Quazagan.
up in the
Order your young
north.
commander to turn back immediately. We'll lay down our arms.
Haha! Well, that third guy died off screen.
It saddens me to see the once mighty Chagatai Kanak rotting away. It is time that a genuine Mogul reestablishes order and disempowers those feeble emirs.
I like this guy's voice a lot. He's got like, whereas the
We should
other
not have trusted
rulers,
the Moguls. We need to stick together now to fend off the invaders. Otherwise, we will not have even the ghost of a chance.
Ghost of a Chance takes me back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 when Kaiba's ghost from like the Shadow Realm showed up. So now green will attack. I do really like the Mogul Kane guy's voice. It does sound older and more wiser, I guess, more suited of a ruler. Let's put our ramps up here so that they don't immediately evaporate. And we have the Khanate on the right hand side.
He, düşündü. Bargayma, kurgayma.
And our objective is now to destroy all the green town centers and all the green castles. Pretty sure there are 2 of each. Let's create some more trade carts. There they come. Let's retreat back to the castle real fast. And fight underneath the castle. Taking out the trebuchets, a good start. Let's flank them from the back. Continue ensuring that we're using all of our army where appropriate. We did lose a good number of units here. But we have reinforcements from Haji Beg coming soon. Look at all those. And I know, or
The
not Haji
invasion from
Beg.
the east poses a threat to us all. I would like to support your struggle, Timur, but I lack the workers required to prepare myself sufficiently for the upcoming battle.
Speak of the devil. Yes, so Haji Beg will ask you for 8 villagers so that he can start fighting, helping you in the fight against Green, who is in the Imperial Age. It's another stone pile there that'll be useful for securing a forward base for us. And a forward gold pile as well. This is where our rams are going to come in handy.
Emriniz. Şimdi. Hurgayma. Selam.
Hazır. Derhal hazır.
We're out of gold miners.
Emriniz.
We should focus on building up our siege. We need siege workshops down south. Something to get maybe more than one villager building here.
Hurgayma.
Start bashing down these fortified walls to get to this first castle here.
Salam. Tayyar men.
And actually, let's start mining this gold with these miners.
Selam.
Salam.
Hurgayma.
Hazır.
We got 4 workers in the south in Haji Beg's base now.
Thank you, Timur. I will now make all necessary preparations to assist you in battle as soon as possible.
Perfect. Let's start mining stone and get these rams in on the castle. I'm pretty sure all of your allies in the Tatars, I'm pretty sure they're all voiced by the same guy. Maybe Amir Kazagan is voiced by a different guy, but they all sound very similar. I do like the voice though, and the sound quality is quite high, unlike my mic, which is not necessarily the highest sound quality we've got. Good opportunity to train some Keshiks.
Derhal Hurgayma.
There's one of the town centers. So this is a castle down. That's 1 out of 2 castles down. Any idle villagers? We've got 3 here. Let's have them start mining the gold. And the Mongol rams are just faster because they have drill. Drill is a very nice technology. I really like picking it up when I'm playing the Mongols.
Hazır. Emriniz Madem.
And we are really slowing down in our population here. Let's get a mix of cavalry in again.
تيار ما دراه كستين
Have you guys mine gold here. That's actually our original attack force starting to slightly fizzle out.
Hazır. Aynen.
Let's keep the flow of units coming. This castle going down is definitely good for us. We want to move on to this TC next. Oh, is that Haji Beg? Yo, that's our boy Haji Beg getting in there. Let's see if we can keep him alive. Let's keep the flow of units coming in. Make a few more trade carts. Haji Beg's still alive. Let's try to keep him that way. There's the other TC. We're going to need to keep him alive by throwing in our town centers. Or our steppe lancers, that is. Here's Kazagan getting involved in the action as well. There's the second TC in the second castle. Now we've got a nice healthy population again, and I think we're just about going to win. Where's my boy Haji? There he is. Look at him. He's even healthier than I last saw him. Any idle military? Doesn't seem like it. Let's keep Keshiks pumping out. Get in on this castle. Now, the fact that so many of these campaigns allow us to build capped rams in the Castle Age, I wonder how game balance would be different if we were allowed to upgrade to capped ram in actual Age of Empires games. The upgrade itself is not that expensive. I think it's like 250 or 300 food or something like that. And the power spike doesn't seem huge. I don't really notice rams becoming like immensely powerful until they reach siege ram.
Who is
There we
this
go.
young warrior in the ranks of Amir Kazahak, who causes us such difficulties? Timur Bylas? I have never heard of him, but it seems as if I should learn more about him.
Alright, so now we have our final objective, which is to bring Timur to the Great Khan Tughluq Timur.
Hazır.
And it seems like gray and red are, or purple and red are still enemies with green, so our friends Amir and Haji might still die here. Let's get in the transport. Move to this side. I wonder what happens if you lose this transport. Oh, very nice. They just produced a new one. Bassi's thought of everything.
So, you are the one called Timur, who causes me so much trouble. Very well. Follow me into my tent. It is time that we get to know each other.
And it appears that our friend Amir just died right before while we were fiddling around with the transport ships. Alas. But that is this first campaign completed. And we entered this old man's tent to get to know each other better. Ooh. After the Kara Unas had been disempowered, Tughluq Timur, Khan of Mogulistan, estimated that he would face little resistance in Transoxiana. His forces invaded in March 1360 and, as predicted, most emirs declared their support for him. Haji Beg was among the few brave tribal chiefs who tried to resist Tughluq Timur, but he was slain during the invasion. Amir Kazagan had been assassinated a few months earlier, leaving Transoxiana leaderless. Meanwhile, Timur convinced the remaining Barlas nobles that he would prevent the Moguls from seizing more land. He struck at Tughluq Timur's vanguard, but soon realized that there was no sense in trying to repel the superior Mogul armies. Instead, Timur did something infinitely more pragmatic and offered his services to the Mogul Khan. His offer was accepted, and Timur became Tughluq Timur's vassal ruler, replacing Haji Beg as de facto leader of the Barlas tribe. If you can't beat him, join him. There we go. That's the end of that scenario. Quite fun. I like this type of build and destroy. They are pretty straightforward, but the flavor and the art of the map is just excellent. The voice acting is quite good, and there are all sorts of like little things to be doing. I like how trade on this level was actually worth setting up because gold wasn't just everywhere. It was kind of hard to secure gold for a brief moment there. So setting up trade is actually beneficial, unlike in many other campaigns where you basically have more gold than you'll ever need. Yeah. It was a fun level. I'm looking forward to more. Next episode, I'll probably bring great ambitions to the table. I might record it right after this one. We'll see. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. This has been the Clever Fools, signing